and Tangela too, and our host, Vincent Van Dahl. And he brings it to ya! Creature features, and all creatures, and all creatures. And the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. 'Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
If you grew up in Western society during the 1970s, it's quite likely that children's science fiction looks something like this. Or this. Or this. But if you were raised in the Russian Soviet Union, science fiction would be a rather good measure different, and I might argue to some extent, quite better. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is my noble guardian of all things in regard to the home front, the remarkable Mr. Livingston. And to this side, standing at only 162 centimetres and weighing in at a mere 6.5 stone, would be my sweetly volatile and pleasantly perilous companion, the enchanting Miss Tangela. And have we an extraordinary programme in store for you? First up, we'll be screening a wonderful Russian film from 1975 titled Bolshoi Kosmicheska Putechestvia, or loosely translated to the Queen's English, The Grand Space Journey. As I alluded to prior, this is a children's film, and I can already hear a good many of you grumbling that you've arrived here anticipating blood, gore, and frightening monsters, only to be served the Muscovite version of Barney the Purple Dinosaur. Please bear with us and allow me to assure you that this is not at all the case.
It is fundamentally a Soviet propaganda piece.
It most certainly is nothing of the sort. Please forgive my otherwise kind and gracious butler. His German heritage sometimes shows a slightly bitter slant when it comes to the shared history of his homeland and that of the former Soviet Union. Da, хорошо понимаю. Tangela has asked me to convey that while Livingston does genuinely appreciate the Russian people, he is still somewhat butthurt because the Soviets sacked his home city of Berlin.
God helfe uns allen.
Onward. The film revolves around 3 young Russians who are chosen to be the first teenage cosmonauts in the world, or I suppose off the world. When their chaperone falls ill during the mission, they are placed in command, and adventure and hilarity ensues. Consider viewing this movie with an open mind. After all, if you were born on the other side of the Iron Curtain, you would likely remember this film fondly and nostalgically, much like Americans might look back upon Land of the Lost or Far Out Space Nuts. And joining us for this USA broadcast of this USSR production would be our old friend C. Andrew Nelson. Don't recall his name? Perhaps you'll remember his other name, Darth Vader. You heard that accurately, friends, Darth Vader. And if you've seen this iconic character appear on any Lucasfilm creation outside of the movies, it was likely tonight's guest who is manning the suit. One can even argue that he spent more time portraying Darth Vader than even David Prowse himself. He'll chime in on tonight's film, tell us about all the other fun projects he is currently involved with, and give us some insights as to where Disney might be going with this legendary franchise. So don't go away, because it's going to be another night of Soviet spacebound fright right here on Creature Features. Ostivaites nomi.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
And the the Force is with us tonight on Creature Features. You know why? Because we've got C. Andrew Nelson.
I am here. I'm back.
Finally, you know, I was just told by Livingston that it's like 2 years almost to the day
Yes.
since the last time you were on.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's
This
far
was
too
not
long.
planned.
This was all planned.
This was not planned.
No, it was all part of the Emperor's plan.
No. It was like, what's the Andrew Nelson been up to lately? And we're like, don't know. Let's find out and see if he'll come on the show. And here you are.
Here I am.
And it had nothing to do with the last
got
time.
my TIE fighter parked out in front of the mansion. And
You must have a TIE fighter.
Yes.
So, as you probably saw in the commencement, C. Andrew Nelson is Darth Vader.
Yep, I'm one of the actors that played Darth Vader.
That's wonderful. Now, you've done it so many times. You've probably done it more times than David Prowse.
I've been told that I've spent more time in the official Vader costume than any other actor. I'm not going to argue with Lucasfilm over that.
That is incredible.
Yeah, 70 times over 12 years.
70 times
Yes.
as Darth Vader.
Yes, my wife made me keep count after a while. So
Well, you know, if your wife is keeping count, then you should like buy her like a Darth Vader themed anniversary gift.
Oh, I don't think so.
No. All right.
She's
no.
got enough of that.
It's
she's an
it's a
actress too,
list.
so she
It's a list that starts with an S.
yes, no.
She was 70 times.
Actually, my wife Veronica Loud worked on Star Wars as well. She worked on the effects for because besides being an actor, I'm also a
Right.
visual effects artist. And I
Right.
worked at Industrial Light and Magic. She helped us out with the visual effects for Phantom Menace.
Now, what did she do?
She was a visual effects photographer and shot. We needed cloud photos for the planet of Naboo because George Lucas. That's that guy.
Right. He's name dropping.
George wanted big puffy white clouds on the planet of Naboo the entire
course.
time, and we ran out of clouds, and so she shot these incredible cloud
wonderful.
photos for us. She's a wonderful photographer.
And she found nice clouds around here.
Actually, yeah. And so we were able to incorporate that into the. She saved us. That's how we finished the film.
And that's why you married her.
Yeah.
Or was
Well,
she
no,
your
I was
wife
already
at the
married
time?
to her.
All
I
right,
was already married to her.
Because you knew
I was smart.
she was a lifesaver.
Yes.
All right. Well, what do you say we start this film, which is The Grand Space Journey? Have you seen this one?
It's Russian, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
So yes, no Russian.
Read the subtitles.
No, it's a nice film. You're gonna love it. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna start this film, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk some more with C. Andrew Nelson. So you don't go away. You don't go away, and I'm stuck here.
И последнее сообщение «Маяка». В Москве закончился первый всесоюзный детский космический конкурс. Его победители Света Ишенова из Бухары, Саша Иваненко из Донецка и московский школьник Федя Дружинин направились в Центр подготовки космонавтов.
Через месяц распустятся 2 мамилярии и старый эхинопсис. Сынок, главный эхинопсис. Такой цветущий кактус увидишь нечасто. Обязательно сделай цветные слайды и нарисуй его. Приеду, покажешь. Привет.
По местам, ребята. Наш командир.
Здравствуйте, голуби.
Здравствуйте, Егор Павлович.
Сейчас мы покатимся на старт. Но мне хотелось бы вас предупредить.
О чем?
Я тоже был мальчишкой.
Что вы имеете в виду, Егор Павлович?
На Астре больше 8000 приборов. И не хотелось бы, чтобы кто-нибудь из вас пытался во время полета проверять их исправность.
Но мы же умеем обращаться с каждым.
Если понадобится ваша помощь.
С родными простились?
Конечно.
Ну тогда поехали.
Я оставил пилотку в раздевалке. Не в службу, а в дружбу. Федя!
Привет, добрый день. Ты слышал новости?
У нас что ни день новости. А что случилось?
Я только что узнал от генерала, что наш эксперимент с Астрой...
Счастливого пути. Ну?
Вступая в Звездный союз космонавтов, я присягаю, что буду участвовать во всех перелетах,
уважая и соблюдая все законы космического братства. И если понадобится отстоять
В честь моей земли я не пожалею своей жизни. Торжественно обещаю.
Готовность номер 1. Всем покинуть зону обслуживания. Убрать фермы. Старт согласно радиофона по счету 0.
Готовы к старту согласно радиофону по счету 0.
60, 109, 108, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103, 102, 101, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40.
Катерина? Катерина, у меня к тебе маленькая просьба.
Я слушаю тебя, Егор.
Передай, пожалуйста, моему сыну, что кактусы в этом месяце поливать не надо, а в следующем только 2 раза.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Старт! Земля! Стартовали вертикально, нормально. Вышли на эллипс Гагарина. Сделали коррекцию на временную орбиту.
Ускорение астра обычное.
Перегрузки.
Незначительное.
Альфа-110, бета-37.
Пересекаем 21-ю сферу по диагонали.
Пилотируйте корабль прежним курсом. Выходите на постоянную орбиту согласно указаниям спутника Валентины.
Понял вас. Понял.
Удачи, Астра. И до связи.
Включить автоматы гравитации, исключающие невесомость на Астре.
Поздравляю вас. Энцефалограмма старта прекрасна, воспроизведение эмоций хорошее.
А вот у Феди Дружинина дела неважные. Сердечные ритмы сильно нарушены.
Как?
Почти в 2 раза превышает норму.
Странно.
Да.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, we are watching The Grand Space Journey with the one and only C. Andrew Nelson, Darth Vader. So, real quick, this film, cosmonauts, tiny baby cosmonauts. They're
Yes.
they're
It's
young.
like the Jim Henson cosmonaut babies or
No,
something.
no. What I love about Russian science fiction film is that it's very hardware orientated.
Yes, it is.
Right? You know,
Yeah.
there's like knobs and things. When you watch like typical sci-fi from America, it's like, you know, a piece of glass and you
Wave
push
my
a
hand
picture.
over it and
Exactly.
everything, yeah. Like they're using the Force or something.
No, the Russians is levers
Give
and
me a knob.
knobs. And,
Yes.
Right.
I want knob here, I want knob there, I want things I can push and turn and everything.
No, it's nice. No, that's the way sci-fi, proper sci-fi is done. right?
Exactly.
I mean, they had knobs and things in Star Wars.
Yes,
right?
they did. Quite a few of them.
No touch screens.
No, the Millennium Falcon is just covered in knobs and switches.
Exactly. No, exactly. All right. So, anyways, we're going to get back to the film in a moment. But first, so people who saw you last time here know the story of how you did the Darth Vader thing. But I think we need to re-explain how it came to be that you came to be a Darth Vader.
Well, I happened to be at the right place at the right time at the right height.
The right height.
I was already working for Lucasfilm. I was
Right.
working at LucasArts, the game company.
Right.
I was a visual effects supervisor and senior artist there, working on a number of Star Wars and non-Star Wars games. And I was sitting at my desk doing my job, minding my own business, and my phone rings. And it was the head of public relations, who was a woman who was upstairs from me.
Right.
And she starts off the conversation not by saying hello, but she says, "Hey Andrew, how tall are you?" And I said, "I'm 6'5". Why do you ask?" Well, she was like 5'1". I figured she wanted me to come upstairs and get something down off a shelf.
Now, how tall is Darth Vader supposed to be?
Well, when I'm in the costume, I'm 7'1". I'm 6'5",
Because of the boots.
no, it's not the boots. Everybody thinks it's the boots. It's that helmet, that giant helmet that sits way up high like that. Boots only add about an inch.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So she calls you up.
So she calls me up and she says, "How tall are you?" And I told her how tall I was. Then she says, "Do you have any acting experience?" I said, "Yeah." At that point, I'd had about 22 years of acting experience in film and theater and TV, and I let her know that. And then she says, "Can you breathe for me?" That's an odd question. And so rather than, leaning into the phone and going like that, I actually says, I figured out what was going on. You put all the pieces together, and I went, and I said, so what's going on here?
You've got asthma.
Yes, I've got asthma. Apparently, that's what's going on.
Right.
So I asked, well, what's the deal? And she said that they were looking for somebody to play Vader for a charity event, for a meet and greet, so for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, so the kids could have their photo taken with Vader and some stormtroopers. And I tried on the costume. I went up to Skywalker Ranch, tried on the original costume. It said D. Prowse on the inside.
The original.
Yes, and it fit. And we did that one event, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's never going to happen again. I just thank God I had a chance to do it. But then they called me back for something else, and they called me back for film and television and games and movie, everything.
They need Darth Vader all the time, right?
Yeah, I was the go-to Vader for 12 years. Yeah.
12 years as Darth Vader. Yeah. So it's definitely more than David Prowse ever did, right?
Quite possibly, yes.
No, well, he did what? He did the first 3 films, right?
Yeah, he was in the first 3 films. But there were several others, too. There's Bob Anderson, who was the master swordsman and stunt double, who did all the really complicated lightsaber duels.
Of course.
And everything, too. But, so I spent a lot of time in that costume.
Incredible.
Yeah. A lot of time sweating in that costume. It's very hot.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. All right, I'm going to signal we're going to get back to the film, but when we come back, we're going to hear some more about these tales of Darth Vader.
Yes, we will.
But let's get back to the great space journey. Don't you dare go away. It's going to be fun. Bye.
Не успел позвонить тебе в день отлета, Сережа. Закрутился. А теперь поздно. Летим уже не первые сутки. Когда стартовали в Байконуре, грохот стоял адский. Что там наш автотрек? Детские игрушки. Потом последняя ступень оторвалась, и все звуки точно бритвой срезала. Стало так тихо, жуть просто. Только сердце свое слышал. Каждый раз перед сном вспоминаю наш вечерний город и телефонные будки на площади, где мы с тобой встречались. Ты знаешь, Сережка, земля такой родной и удивительной представляется отсюда. Звали Егор Павлович?
Товарищ командир.
Мы прибыли по вашей просьбе, товарищ командир.
Хорошо. Да. Вот какая история. Видите ли, у меня 3-й день пропадает ужин. Мне эти шуточки не нравятся. На корабле нас только 4.
Саша, перекрой стартовый отсек. Света, сходи справа. Федя, слева.
припрячешь, то погубишь. Что отдашь, вернется снова.
Какие новости на линии огня?
Ему совсем плохо.
Температура 39. Мечется по медицинскому отсеку, ждет связь с землей. По-моему, он в полной панике.
А ты чему обрадовался? Это все-таки наш командир.
Летим с ним как в санатории. И то нельзя, и это нельзя. Никто ничему не радуется. С чего ты взяла?
Ты чего не задираешься? Тоже мне королева. Не верти. Не приставать, не понял? Робин Гуд.
Без адвокатов обойдемся.
Алло, земля, алло. Доктор, вы же знаете, что я здоров.
Пустые хлопоты, капитан. Немедленная и строгая изоляция в течение 45 дней. И никаких общений с экипажем. Внимание! Экипаж слышит меня?
Слышим нормально. Вы что, смеетесь, что ли? В изоляторе никаких приборов, только книги. Я не могу управлять кораблем.
На время болезни капитана Калиновского обязанности командира корабля Центр подготовки космонавтов поручает Феде Дружинину.
До связи.
Как поняли?
Алло, земля. Слышим нормально. Никаких общений с командиром корабля.
Я не хочу, чтобы ты летел.
Послушай, мам.
И слушать не хочу.
Ты же еще ничего не знаешь.
Не беспокойся, мой милый, мне все известно. И про 100 тысяч участников конкурса, и про вашу первую тройку. Не пущу. И потом, как ты мог все скрыть от меня, а?
Ну, я же не знал, что стану победителем. Просто хотел попробовать себя, свои силы и знания.
Все равно не пущу.
Ты всегда меня учила жить интересно. Я уже не маленький.
Правильно. Но ты должен меня понять. С тех пор, как погиб твой отец, ты у меня один.
Ты всегда хотела, чтобы я был на него похожим. И теперь...
Не покидай меня, сынок. Я тебя прошу.
Папка бы меня отпустил. Что теперь будем делать?
То же самое, что делали раньше. Но лучше.
Санаторий кончился. Как будто по ступенькам все выше и вперед. И с детства постепенно нас юность уведет. И скоро у порога решать, куда шагнуть, а нас позвал в дорогу далекий Млечный Путь. Нас ночь тревожит с нами волшебными почти. Мы катимся на санках по Млечному пути.
И поезда немного, и ветер хлещет в грудь. Зовет дорогу
далекий Млечный Путь.
Мам, ты не сердись, пожалуйста, на меня, что я все-таки полетел. Не мог я поступить иначе. Хотя, если честно, теперь я жалею об этом. Когда вернусь, расскажу, почему. Едим мы, мам, хорошо, 6 раз в день. Дежурим через 15 часов. Словом, дел много. Но когда занимаешься любимым делом, время летит незаметно. Стараемся, чтобы Егор Павлович был нами доволен. Он с улыбкой сказал вчера, что мыслим мы широко, и наш экипаж может защищать кандидатские диссертации.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
Hello, Creature Feature friends! Tangela and I just wanted to remind you that... What's this then?
It's a light.
Well, I can see that. How does it warrant interrupting my announcement?
It's broken.
Pity. Well, replace it then, lad.
What's the plan? We need money.
Well, how much? That's a bloody king's ransom for a silly lamp. I can buy a goodly amount of Westinghouse stock for that much money. Here you go. There's not many of those happy little bundles left, but maybe you can help. Please consider becoming a patron for Creature Features. For just a few dollars a month, you can help cover these unexpected mishaps. And more importantly, with your generous support, we can do a myriad of other things to help keep you entertained every week, like get better movies, more guests, and we might even be able to make that Creature Features movie so many of you have asked us to do. And if you're willing to spend a little more, there's some additional benefits for you as well. So visit the link below and become a patron member of the Creature Features family today. I will thank you, Tangela will thank you, and Andrew will stop breaking our expensive lights. Oh, and did I mention we have some hospital bills to pay as well? Welcome back to the show. Mr. C. Andrew had to step away for a moment. You know, I hope she did not do something to force that upon him.
I believe he had to go to the loo.
Oh, that's fine. No, if he had to do that, that's fine. But she did not try to force his head inside of the commode, did she?
Not that I'm aware of.
You know, I've been worried that she's going to do something like that because his name is Andrew, and our Andrew is named Andrew. Except he's Candrew, and the other one's Handrew. So perhaps if she just does some reading first, we'll be fine.
Candrew?
C. Andrew Nelson.
Ah.
Andrew, right? Right. Anyway, so let's do some mail because that's what we do at this time in the show, right?
South Lake, Texas, Sarah Dross.
South Lake, Texas. I've never heard of this place. Sounds wonderful. All right. And this would be... Oh, art. Handmade art. I love getting handmade art. All right. This is from Sarah. And she goes, Dear Creature Features, me and my uncle have been fans of your show for nearly 2 years now. My uncle adores the chat and loves the community around it. They must be talking about YouTube. YouTube, right. There's some pretty funny people on YouTube. You know, I've seen replay of the chat. I can never watch it because I'm busy doing this. I wish I could be there to like actually see the chat. It would be fun. As of now, the show has been a major coping mechanism for the both of us. Recently, due to the passing of my mother last month. Well, I'm sad to hear that. Even though I'm deeply saddened by my mother's death, there's one memory of her that I adore that is shared with Creature Features. It was the horror of 37,000 feet. I remember it's the first time all of us had gotten together as a family for once. And we all laughed at how cheesy William Shatner's acting was. It was cheesy, was it not? And it was the best family night we've had in years. Thank you for those memories, and hopefully I can make more of them with my uncle in the years to come. Well, you know, of all the memories to have, I wish we had shown a better movie that night, but if that worked for you, it worked for us. Sincerely and Spooky Sarah. P.S. Also, can you guys show monster movies that tried to market off the Godzilla craze? We will try to do that. There's a couple of like knockoffs, right? Right. And P.P.S. Tangella is my favorite, but Livingston deserves love too. Well, you know, he gets tons of love. And he doesn't often get a nice portrait like this one. Do you see this? Looks just like you. Except, you know, she stopped doing the bubblegum thing because it was getting caught in the locks. She used to do it all the time, though. She'd blow bubbles and she'd leave it everywhere, right? You'd have to clean it up.
Indeed.
You know how they get bubblegum out of carpets? They use a freezing spray. He showed me this. It's amazing.
Nice.
He freezes it and then he hits it with a hammer.
Half Moon Bay.
Half Moon Bay. You know, somewhere on the other side of the world is another Half Moon Bay, and they should get together and just be called Bay. Right? 2 Half Moon Bays make 1 full bay. All right, James Morehouse, Half Moon Bay, and he goes to a great host. He's talking about me, you know.
Indeed.
Don't put your nose up. I should be putting my nose up. From Jim Morehouse in Half Moon Bay. I watch your show every Saturday night. Just want to let you know, Bob Wilkins used to host the show in the 70s. Great show, great host. Well,
it's good information.
Thank you for that golden nugget of knowledge, my friend. Half Moon Bay. I like that place. Thanks for writing. Next up, Mr. Livingston. Ukiah. I love Ukiah. You know why?
They grow things.
Of course they grow things. But do you know what kind of things they grow?
Yes.
What?
Medicinal herbs.
No, they grow hops. They have a hoppery there.
A hoppery?
They have a hoppery. They grow hops. So, you know, you occasionally drink beer. He only drinks German beer because he's a snob. All right, this is from Catalina in Ukiah. And she goes, "Hi, my name is Catalina, and I am 12 years old, and I want to be just like Tangella. She is such a good role model for us girls." You know, I think you might want to reconsider that, Catalina, but I'll read on. I think the butler needs a bit more love. You know, if she was such a good role model, he would not need more love. He would have plenty, because she takes it from him. I watch Creature Features every Saturday night with my dad. Thanks, Catalina. Well, I hope you guys are watching tonight. And, Dad, watch out for that one. She could be potential trouble. Take it from me. Next up. Oh, this
Our
one.
friend
I've been waiting
from
for
New
this
Jersey.
one. No, this one's a big deal. This is from Creep. He is our friend. I think it's a he. In New Jersey. Well, I've never met a woman named Creep. I've only met men named Creep. Hope she's not a creep.
She's not named Creep.
Well, no, she's not creepy. Oh my goodness, you had to like tape this letter inside? What is this, Livingston? How am I going to read this?
I did not tape it.
Oh my goodness. You know, if we were like a proper television show, we would have a mail department and they would not send me...
I think you'll have to do that without taking the tape off.
How am I supposed to read this note? There we go, see? I just hope the art does not get down. I have to keep my hand here. This is, you know, it's not easy being me. All right, let's see. This comes from our fiend, Creep by the Shore. He goes, "Dear Livingston, Tangella, and Vincent, I was inspired by the Babes in Toyland episode." That was what, Christmas?
I believe so.
"To make this image of Tangella. I think I got her image best in this one, I believe. Now that summer's on the way, I need to keep my distance from the woods as to not draw the attention of the lead's child." I don't know what that is. "I've no desire to look upon his fearsome visage. I'll need to find a new crawl space for shelter for the coming months. I hope to complete additional pieces. I need to shift to Vincent or Mr. Livingston, as it's not fair to lavish all my attention onto Tangella." He has done quite a few portraits of her, but no, if you do us, make me thin. I'd love that. All right, and he goes, "Thank you for airing Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, as I have not seen it in ages. I recalled it being in black and white. I hope you enjoyed this artwork, and I will need to send you some support and enjoy your program, although the station that has your program regularly repeats your episodes for multiple weeks. May Tangella's studies of the magical arts protect you all from the minions of the Ancient One while he slumbers. You know, this thing about his station showing the programs, why would they do that?
I don't know.
You know, we never do a repeat. We film a new episode every week.
Have to contact the program director.
No, we should call them and say, this is not going to do. All right, so this is, wow, good Lord, look at this. I'm going to put a big one up over here. That's a nice portrait. You know, he always makes you so dainty. Well,
so
you're not.
innocent looking.
Somebody who slams sledgehammers over the craniums of the staff. And you know, he always puts a prototype in the back as well. I like that. Tangella of Toyland for Creature Feature 2020. Well, thank you so much, Creep. You know, send us an email. We want to contact you, but we have no way of contacting you other than writing to you, and maybe we'll do that as well. Is that it for letters?
That's it.
That is it for letters. If you would like to send us a letter of your own using email, use the address you see appearing down here. And if you'd like to draw a wonderful portrait and send it to us like our friend Creep, use the postal address you see right here. We'll be right back soon with C. Andrew Nelson. But first, let's get back to the Grand Space Journey.
В Беларуси ожидается 20-23 градуса тепла, без осадков.
На Украине 20-25 градусов тепла, кратковременный дождь.
Центральные районы РСФСР 18-20 градусов, солнечно.
Урал 16-18, без осадков.
Алтайский край 20 градусов тепла.
Хабаровский край.
Странно. Мы летим уже 31-е сутки, а о нашем полете ни слова.
Тебе бы хотелось, чтобы о нас говорили через каждые полчаса.
А между прочим, я тоже не слышал ни одного слова.
В Москве сохранится солнечная, теплая погода, без осадков, 20-23 градуса тепла.
Вы сами виноваты, что прозевали сообщение о нашем старте. Я вас звал?
Угу.
То-то. А вы кино смотрели? Между прочим, про нас один академик рассказывал. Занятно говорил. Не скрою, на мой взгляд, уже сейчас, несмотря на возраст детей, мы можем начать большой, серьезный разговор о покорении нашей галактики.
Внимание! На Астре утечка газа. На Астре утечка газа.
Быстро за мной! У нас всего 3 минуты. Потом шарахнет и пишите письма. Света, ты останешься здесь. Ты что, с ума сошла? Зачем остановил лифт? Каждая секунда на вес золота.
Отключила все электропитание на корабле. Малейшая искра может привести к взрыву. Соображаешь, командир? Слышишь ты меня?
Жми по черному ходу в машинное отделение.
Помни, осталось 2,5 минуты.
с тобой?
Там кто-то ходит.
Чего-чего? На корабле нас только 4. Никто нигде не ходит. Этого быть не может.
Но я видел.
Померещилось. Страшно. Скажешь тоже. У девчонок вечно болезненные галлюцинации. С вами иногда случается. Поехали. Это же наш командир.
Егор Павлович, вы у себя?
Да? А где мне еще быть?
Как болеете?
Нормально болею. Что у вас новенького?
Все в порядке.
А почему ты говоришь об этом шепотом?
Понимаете, мы тут кое-кого увидели и никак не можем понять, кто это.
Чертей, что ли, увидели? У вас достаточно серьезных забот. Занимайтесь делами, а не глупостями.
Понятно.
До связи.
Все слышали, что сказал Егор Павлович?
Уважаемый Александр Михайлович, простите, что не успела ответить на ваше последнее письмо. Передайте всему нашему ансамблю мой большой и теплый привет. Вспоминаю, как вы все провожали меня в Москву на конкурс. Мы тогда сидели у вас в весеннем саду и ели клубнику. Не забываю наших занятий. Хочу научить ребят танцевать. На Астре столько интересного происходит каждый день, что порой кажется, что все это похоже на сказку. А ведь летим же. Вчера включили 3-й реактор основного хода.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back. We're watching the Grand Space Journey, and we are watching it with C. Andrew Nelson, Darth Vader. He's Darth Vader. That's all that counts.
That's right.
We're going to talk some more about Darth Vader, but this film.
Yes. Interesting.
They had
film.
a gas leak.
Yes, they had a gas leak.
And you just came back from the loo.
Yes.
Is there
Yes.
some
Livingston
correlation?
Well, there was a great disturbance in the force, but I'm much better now.
No, you know, I become concerned when Tangela escorts the guest off the set. You know,
does she bring them back always? Or
no, well, that's the thing. They usually come back with some type of bandage or some indication that they were injured. And, you know, she claims that she didn't do anything, and they claim she didn't do anything because I believe they're under threat.
I've noticed that my force powers don't work on her.
No, neither do my supervisory or disciplinary forces work with her as well. Anyways, enough about this. Movie we're going to get back to in a moment, but I want to ask you on your performance as Darth Vader, what's some of the biggest events you've ever done as Darth Vader?
Well, one of the biggest things that I did was I worked on the special edition when George Lucas decided he wanted to add additional scenes to the original films.
No.
He put me in there as Vader for those additional
Oh
scenes.
my goodness! Which scenes?
So it's peppered throughout all the things, all the stuff we did for the special edition. But the easiest one to find is the sequence when Vader leaves Cloud City and goes back to his shuttle, which was not there before.
Oh.
And we shot that on a blue screen stage at Industrial Light and Magic on a platform that was probably about 6 feet off the ground, but not very wide.
Right.
And very long though, so I have to take long strides. So it's myself, 2 stormtroopers, or 4 stormtroopers, and a couple of Imperial guards.
How fun!
Imperial officers, and we had to memorize, how many steps we could take before we got to the end.
Because you can't see.
Because you can't see in that mask. You can basically
right.
see what's directly in front of you through the lenses of the mask, or you can see your feet through sort of the little breath screen right there.
Right.
And that's it. So we had to memorize how many steps to take and not go too far to the left or too far to the right. So we
My
practiced it several
goodness.
times with heads off, and then we did it, with the heads on. And on the last take, the director said, "Cut! Don't move." and I was about that far from the edge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you would have fallen down a
Yes.
precipice of some
I don't know if they
kind.
were worried about me or the very expensive original costume. I'd like to think it was me, but you know.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
No,
One
so
more
you're
step and I
actually
would've
in
hit
the
deck.
film.
Yes, I'm in the films. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what else?
Well, let's see. I also did an interesting production of Rebel Assault 2, which was a LucasArts game, which
Right.
was the first live-action Star Wars film footage that had been shot since the Ewok TV movies. And it's got a half hour of full-motion video in it, and I was in there as Vader for that.
Wonderful.
And that was an interesting project to work on, because you spend all day in a studio, on a blue screen stage, in that costume, just for the longest time.
Now are they running like air conditioning?
Nothing.
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 Oh my
No,
goodness.
no, not a thing.
How primitive.
It's not the worst. I did a commercial for M&M's.
Right.
And we had one day to shoot the commercial and a print ad, so I was in the costume for 21 hours straight.
21
I got to take the head off, but I still had everything else on. I lost 5 pounds just sweating. Something I could probably stand to do right about now.
My goodness. Well, you know, I think the Darth Vader method of weight loss is not the best way to go. I think there's better ways to do it. There's better.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to this film, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more about what it was like to be Darth Vader.
Yes. I'm curious to see what happens next.
No, it gets better.
Okay.
I've seen this one.
Okay.
All right, off we
I'm taking
go.
your word for it.
The grand space journey. Don't go away.
Входим в метеоритный дождь.
Очень хорошо.
Не в первый раз встречаемся. Девять 4.
Площадь роя 200 миллионов квадратных километров.
Но скорость строя обычная.
Ключи защиты и все дела.
А все-таки 10-4. Здорово, красиво. Света, температура в отсеке.
30 градусов, как на Кавказе.
Действительно, жарко. Температура обшивки.
600 градусов, выше нормы.
Площадь его скорость. Скорость наша астры. Нам не хватит времени, чтобы выйти из метеоритного дождя.
Почему?
Корабль расплавится, математика.
Лобачевский. Пифагор. Софья Ковалевская в придачу.
Ну что ж, давай проверим. Прибавь до предела.
Точно. Мы влипли. Вы уверены, что это метеоритный дождь? Делайте, что хотите.
Федор!
13 лет, Федор.
Ты же наш командир, Федя.
Но ведь твоя мама должна знать, какое большое научное значение имеет наш полет. Как ведет себя детский организм в космическом полете.
Ей наплевать на все, когда речь идет о ее сыне. Это она.
Забыла, как ее звать.
Зоя Петровна. Спокойно, Маша. Я Дубровский.
Не наваливайся сразу.
Здравствуйте, Зоя Петровна.
Здравствуй.
Вы меня извините.
Ты ведь Светлана из Шеннон.
Да.
Я тебя сразу узнала. Ты тоже вошла в первую тройку.
Да.
Можно?
Только недолго.
Вы меня извините.
Ты, очевидно, Светлана, пришла уговаривать меня.
Женщина женщину всегда лучше поймет.
Ну, ты находишь.
Взрослые давно летают.
Они взрослые. А тебе сколько лет?
13.
И ты собралась в космос?
Да.
И тебя дома пускают?
Да. А вы серьезно против?
Очень серьезно.
Дышите глубже. Проезжаем в Сочи. Устал я немного. Все будет окей. Саша, быстро свяжись с землей.
Есть. Земля. Земля. Вошли в метеоритный дождь. Как слышите?
Слышим нормально, Астра. Какая скорость строя? Свыше 100 тысяч километров в час, согласно световой бортсхеме. Какие принимаете меры? Будем действовать согласно инструкции по встречам с астероидами. Модуль. Сопротивление. Сколько?
850. Критическое.
Так и зажарить людей можно.
Распределитель. Все, включайте.
Не работает. Нам надеяться больше не на что.
Lee Dillon, Warren, Michigan. I have watched your program for the last couple weeks on my cell phone. I think all of you are awesome. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Bye.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned.
I'm sorry, Tom, but it just keeps going flat. I don't know when I'm going to do this. Where do you get your hair done?
Supercuts.
Supercuts. Is there a nice salon?
It's average.
Do they have like the crackers or the caviar when you come in?
No. You're lucky if they have magazines. So.
Magazines are. Well, it's nice to have magazines. Welcome back to the show. We are watching the Grand Space Journey with our friend C. Andrew Nelson, who is Darth Vader, for lack of a better term. I mean, what do you call an actor who portrays Darth Vader continuously? There must be a name for that.
Out of work.
Oh. Well, you know, this is a Disney thing. We're going to talk about the Disney thing in a moment. But this film, Meteor Shower.
Yes.
Now, I've never heard of a meteor shower causing heat to come onto a ship.
Well, I imagine if it got close enough to it, if there's friction or something like that. You know?
Oh, so it's like the rocks are rubbing on the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
Creates friction and heat. All right. No. I see. You're right. He knows science. I don't. So it's a good thing. And he knows Darth Vader.
Yes.
You know,
intimately.
No. Last segment, I was asking you about one of the biggest events that you've done with Darth Vader. What's the worst?
I almost caught on fire once. In the Vader costume.
Now, was this part of the script?
No, it was not part of the script. I was doing a commercial for Kenner Toys, and in the commercial, there's a young child. He's sitting on the floor of his bedroom, and he's playing with his Star Wars action figures. And he looks around, he hears a sound behind him, and he sees his closet doors, and there's lasers cutting through the closet doors. The doors fall to the floor, and the room floods with light, and in come 2 stormtroopers and Darth Vader.
Nice.
And the kid's like, whoa. Well, they wanted to really flood that room with lights there, and so they had us back behind the breakaway door, and I'm way in the back, and I'm closest to the lights. And the lights were really hot and really intense, and even through the back of that thick helmet, I could feel the heat going, wow, that is hot. And then all of a sudden, one of the crew goes, somebody smell smoke? And it was the cape. The big wool cape, was smoking. Yeah.
Just by being near the heat.
Oh yeah, so they said, kill the lights, kill the lights. They had to take it outside and run it back and forth in the wind to cool it off, because it was just a few seconds from bursting into flames. So that was fun.
You almost died.
I almost died.
Portraying Darth Vader.
It's suffer for our art.
And it's almost like the Michael Jackson story where he did the Pepsi commercial and his hair caught on fire.
That was bad.
He was gravely injured on that.
Yes.
It's a good thing you're alive with us today.
Yes.
And you could go on being Darth Vader. No, that's terrible. So do you get anything like children pulling on your garment when you...
I've had that happen. If I was doing a live appearance somewhere, I've had people... Actually, mostly it's adults.
I was going to say, I would do
Kids
this.
Kids are well behaved.
No, I'd be like, is this heavy?
Yeah. And women are very, very impressed with Vader. They want to come up to him, hi, Darth, how are you? And everything. And guys come up and they want to shake your hand. And they want to shake it really hard because they want to, you're not so tough.
Right.
I may not be able to shake as hard as you can, but I can hold that grip longer than you can.
No, you should have like a metal thing inside so you could show them how it's done.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get back to this film. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the other things in your life that you do.
Yes.
He's got multi-talents, so we're going to talk about those. But first, let's get back to the grand space journey. See you soon.
Это конец. Как жаль. Жаль умирать в 13 лет.
В 37 тоже не хочется.
Ты прости меня.
За что?
За то, что часто спорил с тобой, не соглашалась. К порядку тебя приучил.
Работает. Честное слово, работает. А?
Трек не любит славы. Трек не любит дороги. Каждый поворот здесь драмой может стать. В жизни тоже будет много поворотов. Надо их учиться преодолевать. Скорости не сбрасывай на виражах. Только так научишься побеждать. Побеждать.
Слышите?
Земля, слышим нормально. Метеоритный дождь? Прошли успешно.
И тогда Егор Павлович Саша предложил сделать демонтаж и монтаж в схеме защиты.
И кто сделал?
Саша и сделал.
А почему? Мне не доложили.
Мы забыли.
Это как прикажете понимать?
От страха забыли. Простите нас, Егор Павлович.
А чем сейчас занимаются ребята?
Сейчас они отдыхают.
Ну ладно. До связи.
До связи.
В Москве сейчас полночь.
Все сначала. Не ногами, Федя, танцевать надо.
Животом, что ли?
Сердцем. Смотрите. Приготовились? И раз, два, три, четыре. Веселее. И раз, два, три, четыре. И раз, два.
Может быть, когда-то сказки землю нашу вдруг покинут. Нас умчит тогда на звезды пара скакунов гнедых. Там в мирах иных и странных встретятся другие сказки. Мы вернем их вновь на землю с парой скакунов гнедых.
Всем техническим службам. Астра приближается к межпланетной станции. Внимание!
Опять не слава богу.
На нашей траектории корабль.
Со свиданица.
Он прет на нас без всякого стыда.
Быстро зажги позиционные огни. Возможно, они потерпели аварию и сбились со своего курса.
Есть.
Приняла позывные межпланетной автоматической станции. Просит о помощи.
Значит, нет экипажа. Будем действовать согласно возникшей ситуации.
Нам надо связаться с Землей. Или хотя бы с Егор Павловичем. Мы можем запросто соскочить с орбиты, а потом ищи свищи нас.
Кто здесь командир?
Я настаиваю, командир. Мы многим рискуем.
Спокойно, Маша. Я Дубровский. Переходим на ручное управление и даем тягу на торможение. Понятно?
Ясно.
Затем переходим на станцию и устраняем на ней неполадки. Саша, быстро к ручному управлению.
Понятно.
Света, записывай наши координаты. Готово?
Да.
К созвездию Большого Пса. Альфа Пса, лимб 230 градусов, сектор 30. Бета Пса, лимб 210, сектор 76. Эпсилон Пса, 180, сектор 49.
Есть.
Включить автоматы. Программу сближения и стыковки.
Есть.
Подключить к подаче на станцию кислородное питание.
Готово.
Сближение.
Заканчиваю. Есть жесткий захват.
Кислород подается на станцию.
Здорово сработано. За отличную стыковку объявляю экипажу благодарность. С мороженым.
Федь, разреши перейти на станцию и устранить неисправность, а?
Иракезы вышли на боевую тропу, сказал Соколиный Глаз. Всем оставаться на своих местах. Я сам перейду на станцию. А вы тут смотрите в оба и свяжитесь с Егор Павловичем. Сегодня ореховая. Где командир?
Впереди, на лихом коне.
Чао, какао.
guests of the show stay at Hotel E on Courthouse Square in Santa Rosa. Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you. Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
Эй! Эй! Никого нет, да? Здесь испорчен блок П8. Как слышите?
Слышим нормально. Какая нужна помощь?
Тут одному делать нечего. Порядок. Возвращаюсь, как поняли?
Все поняли. Возвращайся. Ждем. Алло, алло, почему молчишь, Федя?
Что за шуточки? Алло, Федя.
Что случилось? Что случилось?
Сам корабль чего стоит? Сашка, ты только подумай. Кинозал, оранжерея, библиотека, бассейн, да чего только нет. Никакой невесомости, постоянная гравитация.
Алло, Федя, где ты? Что случилось? Алло, как слышишь?
Пожалуй, нам надо перейти на станцию и узнать, что с ним стряслось. Ты не боишься остаться одна?
Немножко. Но я потерплю, Саша.
Ведь мы же не можем бросать Федю. Чао, какао.
Какао, чао.
Наши лица ветром скорость обжигает, мчится нам навстречу Дрека полотно. Тот, кто не рискует, тот не побеждает. Жизнь или на гонках, это все равно. Скорости не сбрасывай на виражах. Только так научишься побеждать. Побеждать.
Федя! Света, я на месте. Что у тебя?
Все нормально. Где Федя?
Его здесь нет.
Саша?
Да?
Что нового?
Ничего не понимаю. Все обшарил. Федя нигде нет. Как сквозь землю провалился.
Саша? Сашенька.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back. We are watching the Grand Space Journey with the Grand C. Andrew Nelson.
Thank
who
you.
Does Darth Vader. The movie, Poor Svieta, is being left alone.
I know.
On that ship to abandon her friends on the space
It's like Macaulay
station.
Culkin in space. It's like
It is. No, she's home alone. But, you know, she's got the bloke who's like in the quarantine room. You think he'd come out and say, all right, you know, let's figure this out. But no, he leaves her.
No.
You know, this is the Russian way. You know?
Fend for yourself.
No. You don't help the children swim. You throw them in the pool and you say, you know how to swim now.
Yes. You breathe in space.
Exactly.
No helmet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So, talking about you, besides Darth Vader,
Yes.
you do other things as well.
Yes, I'm a visual effects artist and animator.
visual effects artist and animator.
In fact, I've done space-type stuff besides Star Wars, doing
Right.
effects, but
Like?
I worked on Galaxy Quest, one of my
Galaxy
favorite
Quest?
films. Yeah.
Well, of course, it's your favorite film if you worked on it,
Well,
right?
yeah, it's a wonderful film.
It is fun.
Although I
like
did
it.
have to stare at Tim Allen screaming at me for about a week because I had a shot that I was working on, the scene where he's flying through space, hurtling through space with this gelatinous force field over him.
And you worked on that.
I worked on that
thing.
that whole shot. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
My
And
goodness.
yeah, it's a little unnerving to come in front, every day and here's
Right.
Tim Allen staring at you
So,
like
so
that.
how long would an effect like that take for you to do?
That one took a week.
1 week.
Some shots I've worked on, you bash them out in a day. Some, I had one that almost broke me, and it took 2 months to finish, and then it got
2
cut
months?
from the movie.
Which was this?
This was something from Attack of the Clones.
Right.
Yeah, the Star Wars film.
And what happened?
Well, there was a shot where I had to remove a whole actor from the scene and leave in what was there in front of him.
Right.
And after I got it finally done, George changed his mind and decided, let's just take it all out. So we're going to change the whole scene.
Well,
Then- yeah,
he's
then-
got the money to do these things.
Yes. Yeah. Well, when I went on to teach visual effects after I left Industrial Light and Magic, I used to tell my students, here's a phrase you're going to hear all throughout the semester. And then George changed his mind because that happened a lot.
Right.
And nowadays, filmmakers can change their mind and we can go back and fix anything.
Of course.
So
Right.
if you've got the time and the budget,
My
you can.
goodness.
And then you hire guys like me to make stuff
Right.
go away.
Well, you get paid the same either way, right? It's not like he said, we're not going to use it, so we're not going to pay C. Andrew Nelson.
Oh, no, I got the money
Yeah,
and
of course.
nobody asked for it back.
That's important. That's important. All right, what do you say we finish up this film?
Let's see if this poor child is left all by herself.
No, I think it's going to end well.
I
could
hope
be
so.
wrong.
It has to end grandly.
It must end quite Bolshoi grandly.
Yes.
Right. All right, off we go back to the end of the grand space journey. Don't you dare go away, because it's not a good movie if you don't see the end.
Я ничего не понимаю. Мы встретили на орбите межпланетную станцию. Она была в неисправности. Астра состыковалась с ней.
Зачем?
Как зачем? Чтобы оказать ей помощь.
Допустим. Что дальше?
На станцию ушел Федя и не вернулся. На его поиски отправился Саша и тоже пропал.
Что вы предлагаете, Света?
Я должна перейти на станцию.
Тогда на Астре останется дежурного космонавта.
Ну разве я могу оставить ребят?
Немедленно расстыкуйтесь со станцией и продолжайте идти заданным курсом.
Ну, ребята!
Когда станция войдет в зону контакта, мы вернем ее на Землю. Постарайтесь передать это ребятам по другим каналам связи.
Алло, алло, Астра вызывает станцию. Как слышите, мальчики? Как слышите? Алло.
Я заметила однажды, как зима кустой сирени расцвели как будто море. Ты мне веришь или нет? Веришь мне или нет?
Я тебе, конечно, верю. Разве могут быть сомнения? Я и сам все это видел. Это наш с тобой секрет. Наш с тобой секрет.
Это я, Егор Павлович.
Да, я слушаю тебя.
Мне надо с вами увидеться.
Не имею права, Светлана.
Ребята попали в беду. А мне приказано расстыковаться со станцией и идти прежним курсом.
Приказ Земли. Первый закон для космонавтов. И ты знаешь об этом, Света.
Знаю. Но есть другой. неписанный закон космического братства. Не оставлять товарищей в любой беде. Егор Павлович! Егор Павлович!
Сама решай. Сейчас ты командир.
Спрашивайте.
За последний час кто-нибудь покидал станцию?
Вы не набрали кода. Я бы не стал вам подсказывать, но сам ужасно соскучился по работе. Решив задачу по квантовой электронике, вы получите нужный код. Диктую условия задачи.
Но я никогда не решала таких задач.
Очень жаль. Тогда я ничем не смогу вам помочь.
Но ты же машина и должна слушаться человека.
Диктовать условия задачи или нет? Не понял вас.
Диктуй.
Длительность импульса излучения лазера 1 микросекунда. Частота следования 3 кГц. Мощность 1 киловатт. Соотношение гелия и неона в активной среде 40 к 1. Давление 0,02 мм ртутного столба. В каком диапазоне должен работать магнетрон для обеспечения разряда в плазме? Записали?
Записала.
Чувствую болезнь. Что это?
Сейчас узнаешь. Не торопись.
Спрашивайте.
Ну-ка, голубчик, реши мне задачку по квантовой электронике.
Прочтите условие.
Длительность импульса излучения лазера 1 микросекунда.
Ответ в моей памяти. Эту задачу я знаю. Спрашивайте дальше.
За последний час кто-нибудь покидал станцию?
Нет.
Все ли системы станции работают нормально?
Теперь да.
Сколько человек находится на борту станции?
3 космонавтов.
Где они?
2 в холодильной установке номер 1043 и рядом со мной.
Спасибо за информацию. Чао-какао, голубчик.
Не понял вас. Не понял.
Ну вот, мы опять все вместе.
Мальчики, уже совсем-совсем замерзли.
Вы в западне, гвардейцы, сказал Д'Артаньян. Отсюда нет выхода.
Hairstyling for the show was provided by Restoration Hair in Santa Rosa. Guests of the show stay at Hotel E on Courthouse Square in Santa Rosa.
По-моему, сначала надо согреться. Приготовились? И...
В холодильных установках ставится запасной сброс. Значит, есть выход в космос.
Там для любого из нас верное кладбище.
А что ты предлагаешь?
Ничего не предлагаю.
Выход только один. Кто-то из нас должен выйти в космос и добраться до аварийного люка Астры. Предлагаю жребий. Без света, конечно.
Это почему же?
Не дамское это дело. Шастать в космосе.
Марко Поло. Да там же 150 градусов ниже нуля. Вакуум, радиация. А у нас даже нет шлемов, скафандров.
Ну, мы должны что-то делать.
Я сказала, что нельзя. Это каюк. Никто никуда не выйдет, пока я здесь командир.
А сидеть в этой ловушке не каюк? Через несколько часов мы околеем здесь от холода.
Федь, давай бросать жребий.
Может быть, ты струсил, командир?
Я? Ты? Вы? Да вы, если хотите знать. Да если б не я, то весь наш полет.
Как он сюда попал?
Как?
Раз он прошел, значит и мы пройдем.
Эй, кто-нибудь!
Как же он попал сюда? Ведь котенок остался на астре.
Разберемся. За мной.
Внимание! Экипаж направляется по сбросу холодильной установки к выходу. Выключить демонстрацию кадров космических кораблей. Снять питание с тренажера. Подвести фермы обслуживания. Всем службам приготовиться к эвакуации экипажа. Внимание! Эксперимент Астра завершен.
Что это?
Что случилось?
Наш полет имел мировое научное значение.
Неужели нас водили за нос целых 1,5 месяца?
Я с самого начала знал, что все это липа. Что мы не полетим. Узнал, когда ходил за пилоткой Егор Павлович перед стартом.
И ты столько времени обманывал нас?
У тебя есть совесть?
Я не обманывал. Я скрывал. Иначе никто бы из нас не прошел этого последнего испытания на Земле.
А все-таки, мальчишки, мы полетим.
Как пить дать?
The entire thing was a simulator. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It was a simulator. No, you know, it makes sense, right? Because you have to see if they're going to, like, do it. And if you tell them it's a simulation, they're not going to like
Right.
behave.
You want to see their actual reactions, whether they can handle this or not.
Makes sense. And they ended up going to space anyway.
They're going to have trust issues, though, with adults.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. No, they're not going to believe a thing they say again. Yeah, you're right. What did you think of the film, love? She's got some Russian in her. She's part Russian.
Oh, okay.
She was speaking Russian to me before.
She speaks?
She speaks Russian. No.
Not when I'm around.
Well, no. She does not speak out loud to others, but no, she whispered some Russian to me before. She's pretty good. Oh, she's been practicing. All right, so what do you got going on next, Mr. C. Andrew Nelson?
I'm actually working on a very cool project right now called Heroes of Extinction, which is an audio drama. It's all about superheroes and what happens if someone is taking out all the superheroes and all the supervillains from the world. Who's going to defend us?
Well, it just becomes a normal place like we live in now, does it not?
No, there's a strange group of mutants that are rounding amok.
Oh, mutants, I forgot about that.
Yes.
No,
So it's a wonderful audio drama. Jerry Cornell is the creator and producer of it. I'm co-producing and directing it. We've got a great cast.
How fun.
If people want to find it, they can go to themeparkology.com or they can go to my website, candrewnelson.com, and find out about it.
candrewnelson.com is like the center of your universe.
Yeah.
No.
It's
They
the
can
hub.
find you have a fish tank site.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel all about tropical fish called Aquatasy, because that's the hobby that keeps me from going bonkers. Yeah.
Well, you
Darth
want
Vader
fish?
has a fish tank channel.
She likes fish.
You like fish? You need an aquarium around here.
No, she does not eat them.
Oh, okay.
No. But see, she would keep them as pets. However, I don't know if they will get along with your goats.
Well, don't put the goats in the tank.
Well, no, the goats get in the house.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're going to come and see the tank and push it with their horns. They do it all the time.
That wouldn't be good. No.
I've got 15 broken guitars in my guitar room because of her goats. But
And not a single goat learned how to play.
No. Goats make the worst guitarists. They're excellent drummers, though.
Oh, good.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me,
Mr.
here.
Nelson. And we will see you hopefully soon in space, or at least on a computer or a screen of some kind.
Yes.
And next time you're in town, you're going to come see us, right?
Absolutely.
All right, sir. As far as you guys go, thank you for watching the show with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the movie. Hope you enjoyed our wonderful guest. You probably enjoyed Tangela's antics, although she's been actually well behaved today. That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and don't forget, we love you. So, Andrew, I'm wondering if Lucasfilm perhaps has some other openings for roles, actors, and costumes.
Yeah. What do you think about playing Jabba the Hutt?